conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. Lost, 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 lost.
Ooh. There we go.
Finally.
Hey, we have to have an intro, since we're the only one sharing. No. um, so this show is going to be getting out there. If you guys, we're going to introduce the panel. Then we're going to talk about some things, and then most likely go into one song so we can get enough time to share out everyone. We're going to see us sideways, Danielle. So we're just going to leave like this. There we go. If you guys don't know what the show is, I'm DJ Shadow. Welcome to BTMX's basically mental health show, where it's art of minds, basically unleashing your inner thoughts. Once you guys feel free to speak up about anything that you're going through. Understand that this show is about giving people opportunity to talk about their pain and suffering. We are live right now on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and X, which was once Twitter. So you have all the platforms. If you are seeing this in groups, do us a favor, come on over to the live. That's flat platforms to watch us on due to Sucky Burger not paying attention to his own rules. Is that we have permission from every single artist that we present to you. We have built relationships with different people across the world, many different cultures, etc. This is not a one genre show, but we like to make it more about talking on point instead of all about music. Music helps. We all use it to heal here at BTMX. So we will have music throughout it. As you can see, we got Savage Panda self medicating. Getting ready for the show. Um, we got Danny on the bottom. But before we go any further, know that this is a safe spot for everyone to go ahead and speak their mind. Talk about how your week was shit. I know a lot of people. Please check my inbox. Um, you mean my email? I have a lot of inboxes. You gotta like, you know, tell us which one. But once again, this is this is a lot of different. If you guys want to submit music that's your artist, that's great. You can post links over here in the chat, or you can send us straight over here to our email. Because then we further, if it doesn't make it on the show, we have other shows, and they'll also be added to our radio station. If you want your music added to our radio station, don't only just send us a link, also send us MP3 uh, or MP4. I don't give a fuck. Either which way it'll work. But this show is not so much about trying to get everyone seen today as much as heard. If you guys are suffering from mental illness of any kind, you can't feel like the show's not going to do it for you. Do us a favor. Reach out to this number down at the bottom. It's open 24 hours. It's all confidential. Nobody's going to be all up in your business. But if you like to have a place to come and talk about what's going on with you, this is the spot. This is the time for everyone to go ahead and have that spotlight. Last week we kind of touched on narcissism and basically a lot of issues Mel's had. We haven't really talked about a lot of issues females had, and it's kind of weird for somebody with a penis to talk about how a female's doing things. So we thought we would add.
As far as narcissists, well, I worked with one, so I completely sympathized with what you were talking about last week.
I think a lot of people don't even know their narcissism. I just
no, they don't.
Yeah, you were before me. You have no idea what you walked into. So while he was performing, I was talking shit about no. No, he was off the cuff on stage with Percy Bones, Dirt Boys, and so many other amazing acts. Uma. So many other amazing guys. But now he's here today. I noticed a lot of suicides have happened in this last week around people that we know.
Yep.
We've had a bartender that we were kind of close with. She killed herself. I don't think after helping somebody not kill himself. We've had other people take their life due to overdose.
Just I've had my neighbour over the back hang himself over the last weekend.
While he was out performing. So, this is why
who I could have helped mentally, but I wasn't here. But yeah.
So before we go dive into all that, we're going to go over to Savage Panda. Introduce yourself and then pass it on to Danielle. And then we're going to go to our first song of the show so we can do our work in the background while we're, on topic.
To introduce myself, I mean, this says it all. Savage Panda from the UK, radio host. Also do the run the label here and trying to make what DJ Shadow has over here possible in the UK. So we're around the world.
So technically, if you're in the UK and you're looking to become a model, a gamer, an artist on the label, that's the gentleman's, that beautiful face right there is who you need to talk to. So Pat, I'm passing it on when you're done. Also talk about how music helps you, like with your mental disabilities and the shit you've been
Music,
through.
music helps me on a daily basis. That's not just making it and performing with homies, like listening to other people. There's so much relatable shit out there, and it goes from so many different genres. It's like, yeah, I preach the Arby Jugger and stuff like that, but there's so much more to my mind of music than just that. And that is the joys of music. It is medicine.
All right, on to you, Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I assist Will in the technology part. Still learning how to
You
do
left
a
a little
lot.
bit of a gap there. Next time, don't, because we have dirty-minded people in the audience. I assist Will.
In the technology part.
I'm messing. Don't worry.
Yes, I made sure to specify that time.
What with
I'm
banana
also
clippers?
a disability teacher uh, at a local school in Youngstown. I was a drummer's daughter, so I was raised around music my whole life. Music helps me through everything, and mentally, I have reading, learning disabilities, reading, spelling, comprehension. So, music is a part of my life.
Music. I think you might agree then if you have problems reading and writing like I do. Music sometimes does the talking for you.
If you listen clearly.
Yeah. So like sometimes if there's something that you can't get out, you can put on a song to someone and then go, I can't get it out, but listen to this and you understand what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So definitely, we all agree here that music helps you in some shape or form. Like I said, that when I'm showing artists, we're not only just reviewing your music, but a lot of us who are watching actually use music as a voice. So that's why we're when we go to ask for an interview, we actually say we're honored because in order for us to have an interview with you, this goes for big or small artists, we have to have some type of connection to your lyrics for us to actually, be able to connect with you to have an interview. So it's not like, oh, he's famous. Let's just interview him. No, if I can't connect with nothing that you're saying, um, not. I just it'd be a waste of me my time and your time because I'm just not really gonna give a shit, and that's not fair. So every single artist that we involve ourselves in, we have some type of connection to something that they're doing or the music that they have performed or are performing now. So that means if you see your page or your content being shared on BTMX, obviously you're doing something right, and we want to back you up. Um, and it goes for small businesses too. We try to be a multi-platform for everything that's in the world. We want everyone to have that spotlight and be able to honor them and carry everyone along this path so they're not alone. But this one show, we want to guarantee to everyone in the world. If you need someone to talk to, please reach out to anybody on my team. If you want to talk on this, we would love to hear you guys' voices. How's music inspiring you? So that's my question before we go into the video. How does music inspire you? How does it inspire your surroundings? How does it inspire your mood? How does it inspire you to do anything? What is music to you? And that's the question we're going to leave on off until we go. So while we get to a song. So we're gonna actually go over to Savage Panda's pawn, and we're actually gonna pick an artist that I think really fits what we're trying to do here at the show, especially this song. He played his other emotional song yesterday, which would have fit good today. But this is Blacklisted MC, and this is one of his older songs. This is Lion's Den. This
No,
is
no, 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 no. Don't play Lions Den. Trust me. Play Chasing. Honestly, I promise you now, Chasing.
Well, the reason why I wanted to play Lions Den is because the way he's talking about the addiction. I mean,
know, I get that, but this is so much bigger than that addiction. Maybe
Okay.
later on, but trust me, it's one that is a good one for this show.
All right, so you heard Savage Panda. We switched up. We're not going to do Lions Den right now. We're going to do Blacklisted MCs. His song "Chasing." This is.
Let's put it this way: I was in the studio recording "Sick of the Pain," and after I done "Sick of the Pain," and he was in the studio doing this, it brought a tear to my eye.
All right, so
yeah.
All right, so here we go with Blacklisted MC and his song "Chasing." Don't forget, all artists, we have permission from the artists to go ahead and present their music. And not only that, I'll be dropping the links over here in the comments for you guys to check out and experience these artists more on your own. So here we go with Blacklisted MC, his song "Chasing." Do not forget the question I have for you guys. What does music mean to you? How does it inspire you? What does it do for you? Let us know over here in the comments. Here we go with Blacklisted MC and his song "Chasing."
Let's go.
Yo, it's Blacklisted MC, get the fuck up. So I knew what I was chasing. What I was chasing. You only know the me that I just created. I just created. I never really knew why. Each day I feel like a new guy. I try to pinpoint personalities, but it's futile. One day I'm here, loud and clear, facing fears, and the next I disappear. So listen clear, my eyes are dripping tears. I wanna be a good husband, a father, and a fucking hero. Sometimes it feels real, other times I just make it appear so. I'm praying the end is near though. I'm playing pretend I fear so. I'm a lover, I'm a hater, I'm a fucking weirdo. I'm a junkie, I'm a cunt, I'm a brother, I'm a son. I'm highly educated, sedated, wasted, so face it. You only know the me that I just created. I wish I had a dream, so I knew what I was chasing.
Those that ain't used to me, I'm not who I used to be. Chasing these empty dreams, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feels like life is just using me. Forgot who I used to be. Chasing these empty dreams, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm keeping my head high, keeping my eye on the prize instead. I feel dead inside as I'm sliding under that rising tide. I swim to the surface every now again to take a breath, but with every breath I'm taking, feels like I'm facing a new death. I'm taking 2 steps forward, but it's 3 more back. Got the feeling that I'm achieving jack, and that's the raw fact. If life was a movie, ever wondered who you'd be? I'm the prince, I'm the pauper, I'm the beast, I'm the beauty, playing multiple roles. Eddie Murphy, getting through life till I'm buried in the dirt where the church is. The more I think about it and doubt it, the more time is wasted. I wish I had a dream, so I knew what I was chasing.
Those that ain't used to me, I'm not who I used to be. Chasing these empty dreams, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feels like life is just using me. Forgot who I used to be. Chasing these empty dreams, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, so we just came back from Blacklisted MC with his song "Chasing." And
I
Savage,
told
you're a son of
you.
a bitch.
I told you.
So we talked about narcissism last week in like great detail, and a lot of people not noticing that they have narcissistic tendencies and signs to be able to spot it and stop it yourself. But now we're going to hear about the other side of the blade. You got to remember, every time there's an action, there is a reaction. So we're going to be talking about mental abuse today. And how a lot of times as men and women we don't consider what we're doing as an abusive type thing, especially if it's not physical, and then that's not true. So because they've scientifically proven that emotional damage is just as bad as physical because it causes physical damage. You can understand if you manifest so much pain, it does leave scars on your brain tissue, it leaves scars on your heart. That's why broken heart syndrome is actually a real thing where people have died at younger
Died
ages.
of a broken heart.
Yep. Um,
Literally.
so you can understand what you put in yourself and put around yourself actually is also causing any of the physical elements that you have. Um, and I get that it may feel comfortable and there may be great days where you have that dopamine, but 90% of the time that you're suffering, I think it's really from unsolved matters or just straight up mental abuse. So we're going to go ahead and I don't give who wants to start on this subject.
Ladies
Oh,
first.
thank you. I think what you're saying, well, it makes a lot of sense, considering the fact I've was grew up in an atmosphere that I was mentally abused my whole life. From my father when he was alive. It wasn't until his last 7 years that he tried to make it right. And what made him do it was the drugs and alcohol. Well, at least that's what he said. So, and mental abuse has really put a damper on my life tremendously.
Well, I think a lot of times the issues that we all have is that we try to want something, knowing that we can't want it, and our body craves it, or we think we need it, but we actually don't need it at all. This goes with back to what you were talking about. His is no offense, and you're probably going to be pissed, but if it gets too much, just say waffles, and we'll go for the song. Waffles is our safe word, so if anybody feels like we're going too far, just put waffles in common. But this is what's going to happen. You can't use drugs and alcohol as a constant excuse to get out of trouble that you fucked up on. They could have been exciters, but as it was decision making. Because honestly, if you didn't want to do that to the people that you cared about, you wouldn't do that shit in the first place.
Agreed.
Much as if you crave it or not, and you can be like, "Well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He never struggled." Fuck you. I'm gonna tell you right now. I was her dad at one point. I'm not gonna lie, I was a piece of shit. Um, and it wasn't the drugs. The drugs just helped me so I didn't have to feel bad about it. Um, it's roots back to basically he probably recycled what happened to him in his youth because he couldn't get answers, and that's a problem. A lot of problems that men and women have is that they think they're doing better than their parents, and they're really not. You're just repeating the same fucking cycle, which then passes on down to our children. Our children try to do better, but yet they're repeating the same cycle. This is why there's a lot of young girls out in bars trying to find love at a bar. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's the dumbest fucking spot. My whole thing is, if you guys want to find true love and not have vendetta pieces of shit prowling on you, don't go to a place where everyone's going to be intoxicated. That's just asking for bad trouble right there. Um, Another thing is when it comes back to this, the reason why I mentioned that is that a lot of people have issues themselves, and it's talked. If you can't love yourself, you you can't love somebody else the way you need to. So therefore, you're already starting off with a disrespect, not just for the person, but for yourself, because now you're going to put yourself in shitty predicaments.
You would
Now,
be right.
and then you're gonna get pissed off, and then you're gonna go off and drink, or you're gonna go slip up and fucking do something else to cover up because now you're upset with yourself and you're pain, and now you're like, I'm not that person. I'm not. And then you're like, oh. And then you get pissed off, and you come back, and then you see the same circumstances, and then you just get tired of it. Um, Drugs are just a coping mechanism, and I'm not saying that they're great. They're not great at all. It's basically a human fucking crutch, and we, in order for you to get past that point of you needing that crutch, you need to physically fucking find yourself. You need to quit depending on what others think. You need to cut out the outside source, and I'm not saying it's easy.
No, it's by far the hardest thing to do in life.
You need to not worry what other people think because they're not living your life. Especially if they're not the only people that should matter to you, especially if you are parents, is your children. If your children are looking at you in fear and disgust, then that's time to fucking change. I mean, obviously, right there's a sign. When your children are more afraid of you than your best friend, obviously they're not friends. Obviously they need something from you that you give. Let it be attention, money, um, just to kiss your ass because they feed off drama. You got to watch who you. So it all leads back to you have to watch your whole entire surroundings. If it's easier for me to put it this way, think of it like this: you're going to prison, right? You're in prison. You can't trust nobody. The only true person you have in prison is yourself. Because when it comes down to it, people will only do what they have to survive. Now, a lot of people dealing with alcoholism and drugs and etc. use these as factors to either one calm their nerves because they think it calms down. But if you really think about it, when you drink like that, you're drinking to suppress something. So therefore, you're suppressing something that you are not satisfied with inside yourself. Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong at all? By suppressing, then that eventually doesn't become enough to suppress yourself. So you have to drink more. You have to do more. As a past addict, I'm gonna tell you right now, the first high that you originally got, you're never gonna find again. I don't give a fuck what you believe. That first high that you got, that you're trying to find, is the reason why 90% of people end up overdosing. Because you ain't getting enough. You're trying to reach that master high you got when you first did it, to kill all the pain that you're suffering through, to stop hearing the demons inside your head. You're never going to find it. That's where drugs come too much of a suppressant. Once again, people don't want to deal with their shadow selves. So what I mean by shadow selves, there are things that this world wants you to believe that is taboo about yourself, and so you try to hide it or you try to deal with it so other people don't have to be able to express themselves in the manner that they need to. So therefore, we feel dirty, grimy. We don't feel like we matter. We're pieces of shit. People are better than us. And people got to understand, you keep beating people down like that and not giving a chance for them to speak. That's why music comes in handy, because a lot of people use music because it's the only voice they have. It's the only time they feel like they have somebody understanding them when they're in their dark room.
Needless to say, that's why I sing.
Hey, Savage, why are you really quiet over there? I've never heard him this quiet. I think his mic broke. Oh, there he is.
Oh, no.
I forgot to unmute. Where I was coughing, I forgot to unmute. So,
So what do you think? What are you going to do?
yeah, everything you said is right.
That's all?
I agree with a lot of what you said because I thought about what my dad has said.
I was muted.
Go ahead. Yeah, you and the bottom.
I said I thought a lot with what you said. I thought a lot about what I my dad had told me that he went through when he was a kid, and you would be spot on with that.
So, as people either becoming parents or parents, the guys who, women and men who are actually doing this shit correctly, who are, making their kids better than themselves, that's what you're supposed to do as a parent. You're supposed to help your kids be encouraged. And trust me, kids piss you off. Now you understand why your parents threaten to kill you. But at the same time, there are some parents that have good raising, and if you see their kids are more successful, um, lot less bullshit. Not saying that they're not suffering with something else, but it's a lot, not as much as middle class parents. Um,
Yeah.
and that does not help that our own surroundings, because I don't want to say certain things where they like try to cancel us, but motherfuckers who are supposed to be helping us suck. Um, so that's why I've created a show like this, so people can come up and speak about what's going on inside their head, and be able to talk about what's going on and have freedom of speech. And we want you guys, even if you want to come on the show with us, I will send you, one of my team members will send you a link. We got Primetime 7377 over on Twitch with us saying hi. Welcome to the show. Um, so let's go into, you understand, a lot of people committing suicide, when it comes to drugs, half the time it's not even on purpose. Any of you want to argue with me?
No,
No,
I
not
know two
really.
people off the top of my head that have done it, that it was just to kill the pain.
Yeah.
A lot of people like, well, he's a drug addict. He fucking, I think if people are more acceptance, I think people would get more chances of getting clean if they actually didn't have the system that's so easily given up to people.
This is the thing as well. When you look at the mental health system and the constant knockdowns and change of doctors all the time and how people's confidence gets fucked, you got to think how that is for a drug addict. They're coming to you going, I want to stop. And yeah, there's sometimes never any help for them. Not just that, then there's not the support for them, so then they end up relapsing, and yeah.
And I can tell you that there was a rehab center right here in Youngstown down the road from me that did very little to help my daughter's father. Kicked him out, actually. So,
Why did they kick him out?
because he didn't want to put one of his prescriptions in the bin because he thought it was going to be stolen.
Well,
And he was
at the
right.
well, at the same time, maybe that wasn't the place for him. Did you guys try to find another place?
It was California Palms.
But did you try to find another place?
They did try to, but by the time they couldn't find any place for him, and he ended up overdosing on tramadol.
And this is the other thing with drugs. People that don't understand it, when they're like, oh, they're drug addicts, this, that, and the other. Sometimes it's not the case of being addicted, it's the case of actually staying alive with certain drugs, because you can't stop it like that, because it will kill you. So you have to slowly stagger yourself down. The only reason I understand this is because from the age of 12 to 15, I saw my real father go through a lot of cold turkey, shall we say. So, and he's still on the methadone program now.
And I'm not trying to tell anybody to go. I'm not trying to tell everyone to go Kurt Circus. After a while being on heroin, you actually have to be walked down because if not, your organs start to shut down.
And some people can't actually come off the complete dose when you've been addict for so long because your body functions on it. And it's not just that. There is other drugs out there that do the same thing to you. You can't. It's the same as a prescription drug. The doctor advises you not to stop it straight away. You have to slowly come down.
And you guys also gotta remember when it comes to the certain drugs like we're talking about, it chemically changes your body. So you gotta imagine your body as a car, right? You need to buy new parts for it, right? But when you keep replacing it with shitty parts, eventually it affects the vehicle completely. So you can no longer go back to where you were when you first started. You actually have to live off now what you've taken away from your body. So you kind of put your body in a stasis of rejection. And the reason your body rejects this up is because it's not producing the chemicals and the needs that the body needs. So therefore, you've abused yourself so much that your body can no longer depend on its natural course of life. So therefore, they have to be able to supply what they need to in order not to get you high, but to keep you alive. And before people keep going down that path, I understand you hear me going like, oh, you hear these TED Talks and you just think, okay, yeah, these guys don't understand. A lot of these guys that are speaking have a personal fucking experience of being exactly where you are in this day and time, in different frames of life. Let's look at another famous person. If you don't believe me, he talks about a lot of his being an alcoholic. Look at Robin Williams.
I was about to say Robin. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Robin Williams not only suffered. He didn't only suffer with being an alcoholic. He also suffered with other drugs and mental illness. Still took his life, unfortunately.
I mean, look at Robert Downey Jr. Look where he was before Iron Man.
Yep, he was fucked. And then look at Mel Gibson.
I mean, look at Johnny Depp. I mean, he hasn't stopped. He's got a jar of it, Sorry, my joke there.
But you can be successful and get past these. You just need to have a good coping mechanism and better people around you. If you have people around you that are pushing you to that point, obviously you need new surrounding.
Here's a really good one. Obviously you've heard of Suicide Boys, haven't you? Scrim. He's now sober. Been sober quite a lot of years now. And his was heroin and opioids.
So we're going to come back to this conversation. I'm going to give them a quick break, guys. We're going to go into another song real quick, which is a lot of times people turn towards these drugs and towards self-harm and not talk about any of the mental abuse in their life. It's because sometimes you just don't want to be here. Sometimes the world is just too much. And you don't think you have help. That's why we create the show, definitely to show you that there are people that we do care about you, whether we know you or not. We want to give you a place to come and talk to things. If you can't find us, that's why I have that number scrolling around at the bottom. It's very serious that you remember that number if you need it. So one of the songs that I want to go into is called Hurt Myself. And it's actually by a female-fronted band called Rory. Have you guys ever heard of this band? All right, I think we're going to go into these two heads after we done playing this song for you guys. And I definitely want to hear what everybody's thinking and the message that her band is trying to give.
Maybe if I hurt myself, you could be the bandage. I don't wanna ask for help. You call it baggage. I can't lose my mental health, 'cause I never had it. If I hurt maybe if I hurt myself. I learned love was destruction, no truth and no discussion. Felt so safe in the chaos. Fuck, I think I was brainwashed. My tears are just like dust you sweep under the rug, yeah. My fears, my blood would teach me how to love. Now watch me as I try and breathe underwater. What if I just killed my father's daughter? What if I wore my trauma like a badge of honor?
All right, guys, that was the band Rory, female fronted band. What did you guys think of the song, guys? I'm gonna start off with Savage. What do you think of the message and what she was talking about, and how can you relate to it, even though she was coming from a girl's point of stance?
That's the thing. That's the joys of music. Different people interpret it in different ways. Even if it's a female singing about a female, you can still listen to it and change it to the perception that you need it to in your mind. Obviously, someone crying out for help, but not wanting to ask for help. But then maybe if I do this certain thing, then maybe you'll actually listen to me and help me. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from it.
Danielle, you?
I get a lot of things.
There's,
It was a great song, and I now I'm a fan.
I loved it too.
However, the words speak to me in a way that like people aren't seeing that she's in pain. Like a lot of people, I'll go out and I'll see and I'll put a smile on my face, but if they know me, they know that that smile is fake.
Yeah.
They know I'm suffering from something or something happened, and they know that I'm just smiling, just a smile. If that makes sense.
100% agreed. I just couldn't find the full words. That's why I just said what I said originally. But totally agree. Can relate to it a lot as well myself.
Yeah, it's
So,
very
yeah.
relatable.
Yeah, like see, the whole thing is the message I got from that song is basically she was asking for help and not getting it. A lot of people have that problem. They try to put on a mask to make others feel good about themselves or to hide what they're truly feeling, and you get so good at it that you don't even realize that you're fucked up.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is that no one's perfect. No one in this fucking world's perfect. I don't give a fuck how much money you have, or where you live. There's something going on for you.
You're only human.
And we got WhistlePig86 who followed us from Facebook over on the Twitch. Thank you so much for that. Like I said, you guys can feel free to speak. We want to hear what you guys are thinking over here in the comments. I know the show ain't really big, and I guess like there's only one person watching. But definitely we will be looking back in the comments. If you guys need resources that are local to you, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. I will go out of my way to find them for you. If it's to help make your life easier day to day, like food pantries, etc., I will make sure you get that information. I'm really good at that. But you gotta understand, if a lot of people who help people are actually the most hurt. You gotta understand, a lot of people think about it like this: 90% of comedians come from a dark place.
Yeah.
They a lot of comedians who are real good have been through shit, and they put that they put out.
Pete Davidson. There's one. His dad was a firefighter in 9/11 who died. He makes some very hardcore jokes about that, but that's his only way of getting over it, and because his dad loved his comedy.
Very true. And everybody has their own ways of, like, basically struggling. But at the same time, this is why I created this platform, guys. I wanted to create a show or basically a safe haven. So anybody, no matter where you are in the world, you can see that you matter. Your voice matters. Please remember that number at the bottom. That's going to scroll out throughout the whole entire show. Because if you can't talk to us, I want you to have at least one resource to be able to reach out to get professional help. We don't want nobody snuffing out their light. And if you guys are struggling and you see one of us walking around in public, we don't give a fuck if you walk up to us and talk to us. I don't give a fuck how big we get. I don't give a fuck how big BTMX gets. It's about if we're out in public, come talk to us. I'd have you talk to us and be able to know that you matter than think that we're like the
Okay,
wrong.
here's a good saying. I'd rather hear your story than read about your story.
True. I'm tired of reading
Agreed.
news. I'm trying to hear news updates about people taking their own lives and stuff. I think a lot of it is because people don't have a place like this to come and be able to talk about their issues and etc. So going back to mental abuse, um, is it easy getting out of? No. Do some people sit in it because they enjoy it? I hate to say this, yes. Some people think they deserve it. Um, you don't. See, people actually do love one another, and they destroy one another because they know that person will be there. Is it right? No. This is why I think Harley Quinn and Joker make so much sense to people because a lot of people have that relationship where it's a love hate relationship. Um, Both parties have sacrificed something that had great meaning or more, and even though it's shit, they know that's the only person that can understand them. That's why we're also trying to give this as also another outsource. You will not be judged here at all on anything that you say or do. The only thing I will let you know is that the only thing I don't encourage, and you could call me a hypocrite for this, is I don't agree with people with children. I'm gonna tell you from a victim. I'm very much one of the defenders, and there's three things somebody who's been molested turns into. If you have been molested, sexually molested, or raped, there's three things that you turn into. You either turn into a defender, which is overly aggressive but wants to beat the shit out of people.
Yep.
Two, you turn into a repeater, where you end up repeating what happened to you because you didn't understand the feelings behind it, so you're trying to find it, and that is something that's mentally wrong that you need. If you haven't done it, please don't go seek mental help. Somebody should not judge you if you have not committed that crime and you're reaching out for help so you don't. That's different. Okay? And you guys can disagree with me in one moment, but if they did not commit an act or hasn't tried but has the thoughts and they're out seeking help, I give them guys respect, women and men.
No, fuck that shit. I'm sorry. The reason why I say that is because I had a friend that I couldn't tell, and I'm a defender. Couldn't tell. He got locked away. I found out on Monday. He got out a week ago. They housed him by a school.
Okay, whoever housed them by a school, that's their fault.
The police. So a close relative of his called the police and reported, and he got taken away.
No. You're not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying somebody who did not act out at all, like hasn't done nothing like this to anybody, but has the thoughts. I'm talking about a person who has the thoughts.
You have them thoughts. I'm sorry. One bullet, one paedophile. Sorry. There's a guy in Florida who preaches that. Sorry, I can't help it.
I know. Everyone's entitled, but if you are not doing nothing like that, and you
Okay,
think that,
okay, Will, I'm going to say a word to you that you'll understand, and that you'll know why I'm getting pissed off. Imprint.
oh Jesus Christ, yeah, that
Yeah,
situation.
Okay. Now do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, my suggestions is if you're professing your love to a 3-year-old, definitely know that you're on stomping grounds. If you're professing your love to somebody that you should,
A pair of size 10 cherry red Doc Martens may be coming your way soon. That's what I'm going to say.
well, what are your thoughts, Danielle?
I work with children, so this type of thing can being friends with somebody that has done it or has even the thoughts of doing it.
If you've done it, you should run. I mean, no offense, but
I have to run the opposite direction. My career's on the line. I mean, the
no.
custody of my one and only daughter is on the line. So
No, I wasn't telling you to run. I was telling don't follow me if you've done it. But I'm saying I'm talking about people who are actually noticing that they're having this problem and actually getting help before it becomes a problem. See what I mean? Because that's like telling somebody who's an addict, you know what I mean? If they haven't done nothing bad or even said anything to any children, but they go out to a friend and be like, hey, I have this
in this situation, it's the same as somebody with a drug problem or an alcohol problem. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it.
True. All I suggest is if you're having problems like that,
if they're not willing to get the help they need.
I say that out loud. That was meant to be internally. Sorry.
I think I hit some strings for some people. So moving on to topics, it still is that that's one thing we can't support here. I literally will hire a murderer straight out of prison before I would ever hire somebody who's done that to a child. And going into this topic is also like we want you guys to feel free to come up and speak your problems. But if you're having that problem, as you see, that's a dangerous thing to do. Please call that number at the bottom and get the help you need. We're gonna leave that alone.
Or please find the nearest gun shop.
No, we don't encourage people to self harm.
Sorry, mental health kicking in, internal thoughts coming outwards.
Yeah. So we're going to go to a short break with another song so we can recompose ourselves.
Fuck shit, fuck. There you go. It's Tourette's. Cut.
Waffles.
Okay, waffles.
I'm joking. Don't worry. I'm messing. Sorry.
All right, so we're going to actually go on to Giorgio's music. You guys got to hear one of his songs last week. We were talking about narcissism. But this is another good song that I want everybody to listen to that has to do with a lot with mental issues. If you guys are suffering, go look up Giorgio's music. He talks on a lot of notes to hit on a lot of points that what people are going through. So here we go with Giorgio's music and his song Gravestone.
Cool, let's go.
Let me spread my wings and fly like an angel. Life so painful, send me my halo, Lord. I'll be ever so grateful. Cause I don't wanna fight anymore. I don't know what's right anymore.
If you see my name on a gravestone, don't cry cause I'm on my way home. Let me rest in peace, let me lay low. Let me spread my wings and fly like an angel. Life so painful, send me my halo, Lord. I'll be ever so grateful. Cause I don't wanna fight anymore. I don't know what's right anymore. No, I'm insecure every day a little more. Hate my self-esteem because it's probably gonna kill me. If you find me in the morgue, then I'm sorry that I done it, but you should've saw it coming. I'm just tired of all this running, cause I'm broken at the core. Every day a little more. See my name in flowers, then I'm sorry cause I'm guilty. I was buried by my flaws and my paranoid thoughts, and I know that I'm alive, I just feel like I'm a corpse. Yeah, the suicidal me, I know you're hard to reach. I know you're back inside the place you never thought you'd be. I know you overthink every little thing, and you lay awake at night, suicide's all you dream. Yeah, laying there awake and I hear my alarm. It's 5 a.m. and my anxiety starts. I look myself in the face, I see the scars on my arms. I don't want to leave my room cause I feel safe in the dark. So, if you see my name on a gravestone, don't cry cause I'm on my way home. Let me rest in peace, let me lay low. Let me spread my wings and fly like an angel. Life's so painful, send me my halo, Lord. I'll be ever so grateful. Cause I don't wanna fight anymore. I don't know what's right anymore. I'm an insecure warrior, fighting body dysmorphia. Suicidal now, but tomorrow euphoria. Fighting to be stable, but feel like there's four of us. It's me against myself, I can't help but self-destruct. I've always been an introvert, never put my feelings first. Always coming last to the ones I never hurt. And as I'm getting older, my borderline's getting worse. But I'm not scared to die, cause I was made from the dirt. If you see my name on a gravestone, don't cry cause I'm on my way home. Let me rest in peace, let me lay low. Let me spread my wings and fly like an angel. Life's so painful, send me my halo. Lord, I'll be ever so grateful. Cause I don't wanna fight anymore, I don't know what's right anymore. If you see my name on a gravestone, don't cry cause I'm on my way home. Let me rest in peace, let me lay low. Let me spread my wings and fly like an angel. Life's so painful, send me my halo. Lord, I'll be ever so grateful. Cause I don't wanna fight anymore, I don't know what's right anymore. I'm sorry if this triggered you, but please don't shoot. And if you grab the noose, don't you dare follow through. And if you're suicidal, please just keep me in the loop. And maybe you can save me too.
Alright, guys, that was Giorgio Music with that song Gravestone. We're gonna go on. We started with Savage last time, so we'll start with Danielle this time. Go ahead. What do you think of the song? Try that again.
It was good.
But all right, so we got my mom in here. She said hi, everyone. So basically, if you guys don't know what the show is about, it's about mental health awareness. We want you guys to have a spot to come and talk to. We've had a lot of deaths in our family from suicide. A lot of people are killing themselves because they have no one to talk to or no one that thinks they'll understand them. This is why this show is created. And if this has been sent to you and you don't think it fits you, do me a favor, share it in your list. Anyways, I bet there's somebody in your friends that are suffering with something that they feel like they have no one that can relate or give a shit. This is why we've created this. And my mother goes off to say that she loves that song. She was actually close to someone who is my cousin, who recently took his life not too long ago. Due to depression and some other issues, and actually left his wife and little boy behind. There's a lot of people doing that now. And I know I can't say this, but I have to tell you guys, if you guys have fucking children, fuck their relationship. No offense. If you guys have children, focus on how your children are feeling. That should be the power to get you by. Your child's smile, the way they hug you, the way they look at you, the way they acknowledge who you are. That's the only person in this world that's gonna know you for who you truly are, good and bad, is your child. So if you're feeling down and you feel like you have no other options, shut the fuck up and go spend time with your kids. Because I'm telling you. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. Have you ever felt guilty about not spending enough time with your children where a song kicks on or you hear a little boy cry or something happens? You're like, well, fuck. Fuck.
Yeah. Daily. Matter of fact, right now my daughter's getting ready to try on dresses for homecoming. So
Yeah, she's getting old.
shut up. Well, you're older than me.
No, I got my prom dress yesterday. So Savage. Back. What are your thoughts on what I'm saying and about the song?
I like the song, and it hits hard with some days how I feel mentally, if I'm honest. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of someone that's given up with mental health and given up with asking for help, and it's just like, yeah, fuck it. If you see my name, don't shed a tear. You didn't bother before, why bother now?
I think a lot of people that don't shed the tears first don't think they don't take their call off for help as an actual call out. Um, I think a lot of people are so self-absorbed that they have to hold somebody to a certain standard to not see it past their own pride in order to see that somebody's actually suffering and the pain that somebody's actually going through. Because, like I said, a lot of people who are actually suffering don't show any results at all. Um, they're smiling all the time. They're feeding into people's bullshit to just survive. Um, knowing that in the end, the end result is they have no one to lean on. Um, and that's a heavy burden. A lot of people take that weight and they ball it up and they keep bottling and bottling and bottling. So either and there are three options are going to happen for you with bottling shit up like this. You're either one going to fucking explode and take it out on everybody that actually cares about you that's actually doing something for you. Two, you're going to take it out on yourself. You're going to harm yourself. You're going to put yourself in situations your ass has no room or reason to be into. Or three, you're just going to take your own life.
Yep.
Okay. Only three options, right? This is why BTMX.
Or the fourth option, stress kills you.
Yep. Heart attack, early, a lot of scars onto your body. Stress. You can understand. You guys can look this up if you would like to. A lot of mental issues actually have more damage to the body than actual everyday life. There are physical scars from the shit that you go through that you're not talking about. The more you bottle up, the more your other symptoms will actually inflame, such as people who suffer with RA or fibromyalgia or any other type of like bone thing. Have you noticed when you guys are emotionally intense or balling shit up, the more pain that you actually sit in? So it's your body's way of punishing itself for screaming for help.
Yeah.
My mom says, like your Uncle Johnny says, day he gives up. Yeah, my Uncle Johnny is currently pretty much on his deathbed. Slowly, decaying. It's sad to see, but that's another thing. It's people that if you have someone, go ahead. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a small break. We're gonna go to another song real quick. So we're gonna actually go into another song that I think fits kind of what we're talking about tonight. This is Kid Kenzie. This is for we're gonna go back. This song's gonna touch more on poisonous friendships and relationships, and how giving yourself to others who actually don't give a shit about you is something maybe you should change. So you can stop punishing yourself and actually notice the people who actually do care for you that you actually need in your life are sitting right there in the room, but you give two shits about. So we're gonna go ahead and play Kid Kenzie with his song "Shame on You," and this is actually featuring Binks. And then I want you guys, your review on the song, guys, and what the song means to you.
Cool. Let's go.
Oh, after all the pain you caused, I'm questioning if you've changed at all. You always need someone to blame it. Baby, that's a shame, 'cause I've been there for you, still righting your wrongs, and nobody's there to catch me when I fall.
Yeah, guess you never really changed now, what a shame. Only cared about yourself, never one to blame. Always hurting me, I bet you probably think I love the pain. Looking back when it played me like another game, yeah. Still caught inside all your selfish ways. Never grew as a person and I'm not amazed. So entangled in your web that's full of lies. Got me questioning about the kind of character your mama raised. Damn, bet you one day karma's gonna show you. Recognize your messed up lies, it's so true. At the time, I guess I thought I know you. Always had your back, said there's nothing that I won't do, yeah. Funny things change and the days go. Telling telling false stories to your friends, but they know. Always act like you're above. Everybody got a whole life ahead, but I doubt you ever change though.
After all the pain you got, I'm questioning if you've changed at all. You always need someone to blame it. Baby, that's a shame, 'cause I've been there for you, still righting your wrongs, and nobody's there to catch me when I fall.
Yeah, now some time passed and you got some regrets. Bet you wish it was a button that could reset. Tried to find some greener grass, didn't see yet. Now I know the colors that you didn't show when we met. Yeah, still can't apologize when you're inside the wrong. Still wanna play your games and lead others along. Still cannot recognize that when you're hurting people, they gon' leave you, but you finally realize it when they're gone. Yeah, I've been risking my worth by trying to fix up this hurt, and I tried letting it slide, but it just sits and it burns. You put a knife in my back, making it twist up and turn, and I'ma tell it how it is, 'cause you are still immature. Really thought I'd see the day where you may grow, but you're still in love with all the drama, guess that ain't so. Only thing that I would feel around you was just painful. Wish it all you want, but you're never gonna change, no.
After all the pain you got, I'm questioning if you've changed at all. You always need someone to blame it. Baby, that's a shame, 'cause I've been there for you, still righting your wrongs, and nobody's there to catch me when I fall. Blameless, blameless on you. Shameless, girl, shame on you. Blameless, blameless on you. Shameless, yeah, shame on you. Blameless, blameless on you. Shameless, girl, shame on you. Blameless, blameless on you. Shameless, yeah, shame on you. Blameless, blameless on you. Shameless, girl, shame on you. Blameless, blameless on you. Shameless, yeah, shame on you. Blameless, blameless on you. Shameless, girl, shame on you. Blameless, blameless on you. Shameless, yeah, shame on you.
All right, guys, that was Kid Kenzie and Banks with that song "Shame on You." We're gonna go ahead and go over to Savage Panda. Have you ever heard that song before? What does it mean to you? What is the story that you interpret it? And then pass it
I
on.
haven't heard it before. It was a good song, and to me, it's kind of like someone that's been with a narcissist that still loves them. That is like, have you changed? Is it? Am I gonna get hurt? Are you gonna fuck me up again?
Danielle, that would mean it's your turn.
My opinion, I liked it. And they are great. I don't think that it's just a person singing about somebody that's a narcissist. I think it's about anybody that's taking their pain out on others and they haven't changed and haven't stopped doing it or evolved to be a better person. I mean, my dad, it didn't hit him until he quit doing the drugs, quit doing the drinking, quit doing all of the bad things that he was doing, to realize what he did to mental abuse to me and my brother as we were kids. He didn't realize it until he got clean and that he needed to change. So I don't think that it's just narcissists that do this. I think it's just people that are caught up in their mess.
See, what I interpret it from is you ever had that one person that you care about that you try to put all your time into, and no matter what you do, it's just not good enough, and they just end up in the same fucking circumstances every other week. And you're like, what the fuck? So you play Superman again, and again, and again, and they keep getting shit on, and eventually, it's like, fuck, shame on you. I can't keep, fuck. What do you want? What do you want me to do for you now? Because I've done all the possibilities. I'm stressed the fuck out, and yet you're still in the same predicament at the end of the week. That's where I think the line. If you notice where he says something about if you're immature, I'm just, I'm waiting for you to grow the fuck up, in this type of situation. Catch on to your surroundings, catch on to what's going on. You wouldn't feel this way, shame on you, type shit. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I definitely like to hear everyone else's feedback. And so, also, that's a big thing for a lot of people too. Is you try to go out of your way to help people, and you get so, how would you put it? You get overwhelmed. With like it doesn't matter. And I think that resonates with a lot of.
Or they try and cut your benefits off,
Or they take something that you value, let it be money, children, etc. And then we end up, a lot of people, I'm just telling you from myself experience, you kind of cave in on yourself and you take the blame from others' ignorance and you just base it into your own. So therefore you end up becoming the person that you hate, because you have no other word. You don't feel like you can express yourself, or you're not being heard, or seeing your voice as voiceless. And then you end up trying to still put out as much positivity you can, and then people just walk past you, don't give two shits. And then they want you to play hero when it's too much for them, but not seeing that you're underneath a boulder. And then you try to lift up, you try to be fucking Hercules. And a lot of people cannot play that story over and over again, so therefore they fuck up and they go back into where they've just crawled out of themselves. And I'm not telling you guys not to help the other people. What I'm telling you is to consider your surroundings. So let's say you go to a store, you see a young girl at the counter, she's giving you shit. Don't be an asshole. Maybe something really bad happens to her. She can't express it at home. She's just expressing it to everyone at work because it's the only way she can. Or maybe that dude that's giving you a fucking snotty ass look. I'm not telling you to ignore it, but I'm telling you don't take insult to it. A lot of times people react to other people because they're looking for an itch to get through what they're going through. Especially on the bar scene, we have a lot of people that come to the bar with the tendency of trying to fight. You come to start shit with as many people as you possibly can, and as I'm telling you right now, as a security guard, it takes a lot of the security guard not to whip your ass. I'm just telling you right now. A lot of security places and back bars will literally beat the shit out of you. I think the only bar that so far has had where I have not had to physically knock somebody the fuck out repetitively, because I try to approach it like this. I try to approach it with understanding. And I don't think that's what's happening. I think as humans, we are failing each other because we're not coming at an understanding point. We're coming at a prideful point. And I get that it's rough, and sometimes they say shit that will just literally kick you in the nuts. But the best thing I can suggest is, in order for us to evolve as people and come more reconnected and be able to lean on each other and not have so much shady shit going on, I think if we respect each other as somebody's going through some shit at all times, if you're $1 million or if you're the bum in the corner, somebody's suffering from something, and it doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be theatrical. Somebody's suffering in some shape or way. I noticed how you would say over there in England. I noticed with some posh people, that they over condescend for lacking self confidence with what they have, or they self indulge on things that they shouldn't because they think they're entitled, because they're suffering with the knowledge of thinking that they own everything without the reality of they don't. And this once again roots back to parenting. This also roots back to the way we treat each other as human beings. If we keep treating each other like garbage, the world will never change. This is where breaking the mold's different. This is why we're creating so many different platforms. This is why you're seeing models that you would never normally see in magazines, because everyone has a goal and a talent. And everybody's used to seeing the fucked up parts. I have not seen one show where nobody does not look for any flaws. I mean, can you tell me one? Can you tell me one actual show that's out uplifting the whole entire time and doesn't talk about something that's fucked up, or the flaw behind that person, or the flaw in this person, or that shit ain't good enough, or it's just you're not going to make it? And that's why we created the show, to kind of make the stop to that. Here you won't find that. We'll do reviews, but we're not downgrading the artists. We're asking the artists to do more. Um, we're asking the business to be more, believe in themselves a lot better, present themselves better. We're never about discouraging another person. The only thing that we do discourage is if you are in the pedophilia ring, that's not safe for you. I mean, that's a hunting ground wherever you go. Don't do it. But back to this before I get like savage, like putting on his mask and grabbing his machete when I was going to go play fucking Purge. Um, starting with the Catholic. Oh,
I don't need
almost.
no mask.
Yeah, no, that's already got used once. He's dropped a machete. Shh. So,
It was my walking stick that fell.
That's what they all say, isn't it?
Sharp, pointy metal walking stick.
I reached for my walking stick, and my other walking stick fell on the floor.
Well, you can see that if you want to know what walking stick we're talking about, go look at his music video where he licks his walking stick in the graveyard.
It was one time. You don't threaten Savage Panda. Sorry.
One time is all it takes, though.
So, what do you suggest to people when they're going out into a public setting and they see these reactions from people? How do you? This is where. How should you react? Not how would you react?
Go tickle their balls.
Is that how it works? Is that how it works? Over there, you just randomly would go up and tickle some random person's balls, and they're good with you.
No.
No.
In the UK, a lot of people try and talk and back away from people, and then the police come, and the police can't even do fuck all about it.
So, like,
someone just needs a fucking hug. I'm being real.
I have found this opportunity quite a few times, considering the fact that I actually go to the rig quite a bit. And I've ran into quite a few people that I look at and know that they're okay with me giving them a hug, and I'll see that they need one and I'll give them one.
We do suggest anybody trying to give up.
Just like I'm not just saying you do that. You just kind of talk to them off and like that you need a hug.
Make sure you're asking. Yeah, make sure you're getting consent. That's all I gotta say.
Agreed. Like I said, the people that I give hugs to know that I'm a hugger. So, and I make sure that they are giving me permission.
So I got a question for you both. Let's get a little bit deep and dark. If you could talk to your younger self, I mean that dark, demented motherfucker, that you know that should have done half they did, what would you tell them now, knowing that you had with a show like this? What would you suggest to your younger self?
No, I'm joking. I did some bad shit. I don't know.
This comments to everybody out there watching too, guys. Let me know what you would tell your younger self in order to fix a lot of the problems that you're having now. If you can go back for a whole 30 minutes to talk to that asshole,
don't be afraid to be that geek that stays inside. Sorry.
As my daughter whispers from afar, suggests that I should tell myself to warn them about what not to do and what is to come, and that it gets better.
I said, do not lie to yourself. It does never get better.
I beg to differ on that, Will.
See,
I count my blessings after I realize that I live each day for my daughter. So
same here. I have my son full time. He's 13. The way I see things, bad is good, because from bad there can be always something good come from it. whether it be knowledge or whether it be something else.
Another way you can look about how Wade is saying it. Think about this. Without darkness, there is not light.
Oh my
Without light,
dad had
there
a
is no.
saying about this. If you make a mistake, make sure you learn something. And if you make the same mistake, make sure you learn something new.
Yeah.
Okay, what happens if you know somebody keeps making the same mistake over and over and over and over again, like a bad sitcom?
They better have learned something new every time.
Some of the people I know don't learn shit. It's like putting the fucking washer on repeat. Just throw a brick in it the next time. Y'all learn something new. It hurts. I mean, my mother goes off to say that she would tell her younger self to treat people with respect. So I'm telling you guys, you guys are open to speak to us here. Don't forget, please reach out to this number if you need help right now. It's very serious, that number that's scrolling. It's got 988. You can either text or call at any time, any place in the world. That is actually a global number for a crisis center to get you help. And no, not like ICP. You're going to call them. It's going to make fun of your mom and shit like that. No, this is very serious. You can call it right now to make sure it's real. We don't encourage.
I need to play that twisted one.
Yeah. I used to get mad and like people like, well, I'm going to hurt myself. I was the asshole who would send that part, just that part to them. I mean, now look where I'm at. So obviously, I learned something.
My point.
Like you learn to bring that side out at certain times. Praxis.
Yeah, there's a whole other character nobody's seen that's going to be coming back next month. Actually, we have a huge event coming up next month. We're not going to tell you so much details because they're still in the building process. But we are now on our 3rd year of Halloween Havoc, guys. Here at BCMX, we're going to be raising money for actually St. Jude's, and we're also going to be raising money for Akron Children's Hospital. So if you guys want to be part of that, keep updated. We're in the building processes of getting a venue so we can kind of have like live music as well. We're just trying to find the venue in general.
And there might be video link from live performances from the UK.
Actually,
to get you warmed up for them performances over there.
Yep. So this is going to be a 48-hour show where there's going to be gaming, music, hot topics, our models, ways for you to win stuff the whole entire time, but also trying to get donations for the amazing these amazing 2 charities. None of the money or the proceeds actually comes to BTMX. It actually goes straight to both foundations, so we don't even touch it. We don't actually take cash. We actually only take you guys sending the money straight to their. Well, I will have the links ready for you guys. Just click and donate. So it makes it a lot easier. We hold up our end where we don't touch none of the money. And the money that is going to be given, we'll actually be doing a live where we count it out in front of you. We're actually going to do the whole process where we count all the money, the cash money that we get for this out in front of you. We're going to have it live. We're going to count it, show you guys it all, and also show you guys the process of how we're uploading it to our card. So you get to do a little walk around with me while I do this, and then we're going to actually show you us actually giving the money to the people because we don't believe in taking that. So a lot of things to come in October. So 48-hour show. That's always nice, ain't it? Don't you always like our 48-hour shows? This time. Oh, you don't get to see one. You get to be a part of it. That's the whole thing about joining BTMX. Every single one of those motherfuckers are going to be a part of it. Those 48 hours to fill. So we're actually going to be raising this money for a great cause. So we're actually towards the end of our show. We're going to actually go ahead and let you guys go. And hopefully next time we have more people at the show. Is there anything you guys want to say before I play the last song?
Don't be afraid to reach out. No problem is too little or too small.
Agreed.
All right, so the last song taking us out of today's show is actually going to be by Fix and Ego, but their song, I Don't Know, I Don't Want to Be Here. Hopefully, guys, the next time you guys are encouraged to be around us, talk with us about this, everyone is welcome to the show. Your voices do matter, and we'll be checking the comments even after the live. If this show didn't apply to you, but it was shared to you, do me a favor, share it to somebody else that you think it'll help. We encourage you guys all to have a great night, amazing weekend. We love you guys and keep up the great work. Don't forget that you do matter, whether we know you or not, and that we do have another show that's tomorrow's Twisted Gardens if you guys want to flex that mind of yours. So remember that. Is there something else you want to say, Savage?
No, just thank you for watching.
All right, so here we go with Fix, who our lovely vampire is actually going to be at his concert tonight. Showing up for Tattoo. So we got Sophia the Forsaken out at the Fix concert. So if you guys want to catch her, it's actually tonight in California. So if you want to catch Sophia, the best thing is to go to that concert. So here we go with Fix and the Eco with their song, I Don't Want to Be Here.
Goodbye.
Said the thoughts would get better with time. Said that I would try to change and I meant it, but I got this cloud that follows me. Even when it's good, I can feel it waiting for me. Creeping overhead, looking out, but I don't wanna wake you. I know I should probably take one, but I take two. I've been on the verge of a break or a breakthrough. I don't hear a thing lately I can relate to, and it makes you sick when you hear it. There's something in my spirit, broken, I don't wanna talk about it, too embarrassed. It's been a couple years that I've been dealing with the same trauma, mixed with music and addiction with the shame, and it's toxic. Not what you thought when you met me, but then I lost it. Sometimes the thoughts will get messy, but now they're constant. I know it's all getting heavy, and if I drop this, I don't think that I come back. I never thought all of this thinking would develop a habit. You expect the worst, eventually it's all gonna happen. What's supposed to be companions, not collateral damage. But no, it's hard to give a heart when you've been scarred and can't imagine life different. That's when I tell you that you'd be better off with someone better off, not stuck in this bed with his thoughts. Sometimes it's too much to deal with. Say you wanna know how I'm feeling, but if I'm real then know that I'm feeling too much to deal with, and I don't wanna be here right now.
Write out these paragraphs to people and then I delete them. Try to tell them that I'm lonely and that I need them, but you don't know what it does to me and how bad that it sucks to be alone when you don't respond after you read them. I broke down and cried in front of those I care about, that never text or care to check on my whereabouts. There's no more voices in my head